Okay, day 3 has begun. We are riding, so we stayed in Ely last night at the city park, and we're back on the Wasabi Trail. I'm gonna find out just how far it goes. But anyhow, so a little chilly this morning. You can see my nose is red, but a little bit cloudy right now. But it is supposed to be clearing up and be a beautiful day. Last night, it poured last night. Like the skies just like opened up. And I was so grateful for a couple of things. One, that I'm sleeping in my van. And two, that we were staying here 2 nights. And so for those who are sleeping in their tents, at least that gives them an opportunity for their tents to dry before they have to pack it up. You know, and I'm just realizing how windy it is. I hope my voice is coming through okay. So anyhow, we had breakfast this morning at a church in town. It was really good. Pancake, sausage, eggs, juice, coffee. So anyhow, okay, I'm gonna pay attention. Woo! Oh, that was just that beep beep you heard. That was Fred, the smoothie guy, riding. He's going to our first rest stop. He'll be there with smoothies for us. So, woof, let's bike on. Okay, just crossed or went past a checkpoint, and so we had the option then of doing the shorter route or a longer route. Shorter route being 20 miles, the longer route 66 miles. So we're going for the long route today because this is incredible. Okay, so I had to bring my phone out right away. So I'm riding along here going, oh my God, there's those daisies and there's those hawkweeds, you know, they're very invasive, they're not native. But then I look and I'm seeing right here, cup plant, excuse me, oh my goodness, how did I just lose the name? The navigational plant. Oh, it's gonna come back to me as soon as I turn off the thing. Oh my goodness, I hate when that happens to me. Does that ever happen to you? Oh. Not arrowhead, arrow leaf, arrow. Oh my goodness, I'm going to find out and I'll be back to you. But look at all these daisies and these hawkweed. I mean, it's really pretty, but it's also, they're so invasive. I feel like stopping and ripping them out, but I can't do that. I gotta ride. Okay. Well, I love tunnels and I love bridges. So we had one tunnel and now here's our first bridge. Here we go. Across the bridge. We're going like over a wetland. It's a metal bridge. Listen to the sound. Well, that was interesting. Oh, and then an incline right away. Oh, they love to do that to us. So the Wasabi Trail is not, you know, like in Wisconsin, we have all the rails to trails, and it's like a real minimal grade. I don't know, 3% maybe, but anyhow, minimal. The Wasabi Trail is not built on a rail to trail thing. It has hills, it has challenging hills, it has a lot of curves. You know, you'd never have all these curves with a railroad line. But anyhow, it's a great trail. This section up here out of Ely is really smooth. What we've been on previously had I guess it was older sections, had a lot of cracks and bumps, but this is awesome. Wow. All right, bike on. What a beautiful view along the Masabi Trail. Look at that tree. How majestic. Oh, this is awesome. You gotta come ride this trail. So this is interesting here on the Masabi Trail. In various parts, they have like pavement, which is for the bicyclists, and then gravel, which is like for the motorized bikes. So I think it's nice that they found a way to make it a multi-use. The only problem is that, then gravel does get kicked up. I don't know if you can see it, but gravel does get kicked up on the pavement, which can be dangerous for bicycles. But, people just have to slow down, that's all. So anyhow, look at how this blue sky is. This morning when we started out, remember it was kind of cloudy and dark, and now we got blue skies. Look at that out there. Isn't that gorgeous? The scenery along this trail is just amazing. Just amazing. You ought to ride the Masabi Trail. It is very, very cool. Bike on. So you may think that this is strange. Most animals don't want to be seen. They're very good at camouflage and just like staying out of view of all of us. So in order to know what animals are in your environment, it helps to stop and to look at their scat. So what we have here are two pictures of scat. Now these two piles here we saw, approximately 6 feet apart from each other along the trail. And I don't know if you could see in these photos, but they both contain a lot of hair. And so based on the amount of it and the fact that there's hair on it and the environment we were in, we decided that would be from one or two wolves. So pretty cool to know that they were there and going in the opposite direction from us. They were going across the trail, not walking along the trail. There was one other pile of scat that I did not get a picture of, but somebody else was coming along when I stopped to look at it, and we both concurred based on the shape and the size and whatever that it would have been from a bear. So, and somebody on the trail actually did get to see a bear. So after the ride, because I had my car available, I went to the Dorothy Moultier Museum in Ely. Dorothy Moultier is better known, I think, as the root beer lady of the Boundary Waters. I read her story many years ago and have just always been intrigued by the root beer lady and the life that she led, living all by herself up in the Boundary Waters and selling root beer to whomever would have paddled by. So I'm going to put a link down below to the story about Dorothy, the root beer lady, because I think you'll find it interesting. And if you're up in the Ely area, I would definitely stop and see her home, see her cabin. While I was at the museum, I got to talking to a man who had actually visited with the root beer lady. He was there like in September of '86. She passed away in December of 86. And so she kept a journal, like every person who stopped to visit her, she would have them sign her little registry or journal. And these journals are at the museum. And the man was actually, he was able to look in the journal and then take a photo of when he was there. He had his signature, his son, a cousin, somebody else, whoever was within their party. And so, what a wonderful keepsake for him to now have of his time with the root beer lady.